Okay, this is DragonofEternity and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker MSQ. In the last video, I met the Loprits and I discovered what food and clothing they had planned for the people of Epheris. And in this video, all's Vale that Endsvale. Growing Way is keen to put his recent mishap behind him. It may not seem like it, but we've been planning for this for far longer than I'd care to admit. Each time we woke up, we'd have long discussions about how to save as many of you as we can. Felt like everyone had an opinion on this or that. But the one thing we all agreed upon was that the people of Epheris wouldn't take action to save themselves until it was far too late. That's why we're striving to make the moon a vibrant, magical place they'd hop at the chance to visit, rather than waiting for the flames of oblivion to get them off their tails and force them to accept our invitation. The residential quarters may not be up to the necessary standards just yet, but there are plenty of other places worth seeing. You've already had a look at the Caratorium, but wait until you see what's waiting for you at the east end of the borough. Follow me. Alright, have you thought about making the moon habitable? You know, have you thought about making a forest on the moon? Just a little thought. We could make the moon a new planet to live on. It'd be a lot smaller, but it would be a planet. So let's see, all the way to the east. Growing Way. Good, you're here. Through this door is greatest Endsvale. It was named as such because it's a veil to end all veils. The most beautiful forest you'll ever see. We understand the people of Epheris enjoy taking leisurely walks through natural spaces and the like, so I'm sure you'll enjoy it. How about we start with a nice stroll to the fountain? This way. Okay. It's filled with crystals. Let's see, the Endvale. The Moping Way. We finished to stay instead, so hop to it. Okay. Ooh. Wait, where's the trees? Oh. It's all mechanical, isn't it? It's all tiles. Okay. I see. So where's the fountain? Oh. Oh yeah, that's a fountain. Cleaner. So, what do you think of the forest? Isn't it positively pleasant? Simply sublime. I couldn't see the forest or the trees. I didn't see any. Wait, you mean there's crystals out there, or does as transcendent as burying your face in a choco's plumage and taking good along with? You mean those... I didn't see the forest or the trees. You're pulling my tail. You're in the forest right now. Building this place was a challenge, let me tell you. Since we were born here, we've never seen trees in person, let alone a forest. The information sent by our collaborators was quite enlightening, but after much deliberation, we decided to use crystalline constructs in place of living trees. And thanks to our atmospheric circulation system, this place produces air as clean as that you'd find in a forest on Epheris. The fountain here behind us powered by a rather large crystal adorning its top, plays a pivotal role in supplying us with fresh water. Much time and effort was spent making it the most spherical of spheres, and I dare say the unparalleled roundness speaks for itself. I enjoy nothing more for the nice long stretch and a spot of relaxation whenever I come up here. You look like you could do with a stretch yourself. Alright. Slash stretch. Is that my dog outside? I thought it was. Ah, well, that's a spirit. I feel more relaxed simply watching you. A sight worth the many years spent building this place. It's not too much to ask. It's always been a dream of mine to take a walk through this forest with someone from a virus. Could we maybe? Oh no. Okay, there's the dog. Where are you? Alright, get on my bed. And there you go. Okay. Gasp, you will? Oh, be still, my quivering whiskers. Growing Way is now accompanying you. Keep him at your side in order to proceed with quest objectives. You can leave Growing Way behind, okay, if you wish to have Growing Way accompany you again, okie dokie. Alright, where to first? So this is their idea of a forest. I was thinking that I could be more helpful to you by teaching you a little about the moon and what it is we do. When we were first created, the moon's sole purpose was to hold Zodiac, and there was absolutely nothing to be found here. Eventually, Heidelin gave us our first task, furnish the moon with propulsion systems capable of facilitating travel to other stars. It sounds impressive, and I suppose in some respects it is, but it was only possible thanks to all the knowledge Heidelin shared with us. We also had a lot of time to get it done. 6,000 years, give or take. But anyway, let's keep going. This may come as a surprise, but we didn't begin building the habitable areas until after the propulsion systems were ready. Considering how long it took, I wish we started sooner. Who would have thought we need 4,000 years to make all this? It certainly wasn't work you dare rush either. We had to create infrastructure and countless supporting systems, some of which wouldn't be operational until hundreds of years later. And then there was that brief period where our productivity came to a screeching halt, when that bizarre red satellite was sent up from a virus. The Elegans mischief, I think. We thought maybe some new nefarious actor was colluding with Zodiac. All we could do was stand by and brace ourselves for the worst. I can't tell you how relieved we were when Heidelin informed us of its destruction. Ah yes, there was much joyous humming that day. Ah yes, the seventh vulnerable calamity. What happens if I go here? Ask if you can taste the rainbow crystal. What? No. I'm not sure what it is you do with crystals on the virus, but we don't eat them. And certainly not this one. It's possessed of all 6 elements: wind, lightning, fire, earth, ice, and water. We use crystals like these to maintain the moon's elemental equilibrium. It's worth mentioning, though, that because of Heidelin's influence, being the embodiment of tranquility and stasis and all, manipulating the elements here is different than it might be on Ephesus. A conjuring of fire would sooner dry your clothes than singe them, for example. But simply, the etheric conditions are ill suited to growth, which is why the surface is mostly barren. Well, that explains a lot. Of course, this was all necessary to keep the raging energies of Zodiac in check. Well, I guess now that he's gone, there might be life springing up on the moon. Or it might just be further barren. Yeah. Say, do you notice anything peculiar about the treetops? I mean, apart from the fact that they're massive crystals and not trees. I'll give you a hint. It's the golden rings emanating from the glowing spheres. Along with the device fixed near the ceiling, they fulfill a role similar to our sun. Am I missing a bigger one on top of here? And do so better even. The sun and similar celestial objects in the great expanse radiate energy that is harmful to your bodies. Ah, UV rays. These rings shield you from that energy while allowing you to bathe in the perfect amount of sunlight, or rather a close approximation of it. Pretty impressive, wouldn't you say? Oh, and if you look closely, you'll see different types of trees have ever so slightly different curvature. Yes, indeed, this forest is truly the greatest. I wouldn't go that far, buddy. I'm bringing a proper tree from the earth here. Or from a virus here. There was something else I wanted to tell you about. Oh, right. The propulsion systems and habitat facilities were completed around 2,000 years ago. And of that, the most important features were fit for purpose. Which was all well and good, except we still knew absolutely nothing about the present-day people of the virus. Why not go and visit the virus yourself, you might ask? Strictly forbidden. Rare technology or knowledge of the moon's true purpose exploited for evil ends, the results could be disastrous. Then there were a few more rejoinings, and it became increasingly difficult to converse with Heidelin. Fearful we might lose the ability to communicate with her altogether, we beseeched her to find people on the virus we could trust to help. We were quite fortunate everything worked out as it did. Who were the people you talked to? It's going to be Charlene, isn't it? It's going to be Charlene with Labyrinthos, isn't it? I'm placing my bets. With the exception of routine inspections and maintenance, we remained asleep and waited, hopeful Heidelin would find someone who would help us. Eventually she did, and though her power was waning, we were able to speak to them directly for a short while. We shared with them everything we could, including our knowledge of the heavens and a means to travel here to the moon. They certainly didn't waste any time with what we taught them. No more than a few years after that, our collaborators found a means to convey messengers and supplies to us from down below. With all the letters, books, and other resources they sent, we learned enough to start making more meaningful changes to the moon. And now you're here, hopefully enjoying yourself as much as I am. I knew you would like greatest Endsvale. I knew it. Thank you again for coming here. By the way, I know it was just a walk through the forest, but it meant a lot to me. Aww. There you are. I take it you've already received the grand tour. A shame we missed it. Growing way, I've been looking all over for you. Right, Urianger, you've got some secrets. Oh, is this about the teleporter to the residential area? No, never mind that. We have more pressing matters at hand. I will be calling an emergency meeting shortly, and your attendance is required. Really? I can't imagine why you'd need me there, but if you insist. We won't be away long, so you're all more than welcome to continue looking about the burrow. Now, come along, Growing Way. Alright, Urianger, spell. Before I arrived, you seemed to be in the midst of a rousing conversation with your guide. Did you learn anything of import? They spent 12,000 years prepping for this? With the appointed hour fast approaching, I can certainly understand the restlessness, but still. It remains to be seen if the people can be persuaded to evacuate when there are yet no signs of the final days. What's more, the technology of this place defies imagination. I doubt there are many who would readily come to terms with living in such surroundings. Whoever these collaborators are, unless they are possessed of the world's most charming personalities or a means to forcibly evacuate people, they will meet a great deal of resistance. Indeed, even if faced with annihilation, the decision to forsake all one knows cannot be made lightly. Forgive me, friends, but I must beg your leave. There is another matter which yet begs for mine attention. Of course, we can accompany you if you like. Nay, that will not be necessary, if you will excuse me. Yuri, don't you dare! Huh, what do you suppose has suddenly tickled his fancy? I know! 'Tis clear I'll let the difficult decisions lie ahead of us. Preparation for the evacuation of a virus is indeed crucial, but I am not yet willing to forsake our world and its reflections, and I trust I am not alone in my reticence. The final days will make brave fools of us all. Back to old tricks. By now, Thancred can tell when his friends are up to something. Did Urianger seem strange to you? More so than usual. I mean, I know he has a penchant for keeping his own counsel, but I'd be lying if I said I wasn't worried. Would you go and see if he's alright? Ishtola and I will remain here and see what else we can learn about the final days. If you hurry, you can catch up to him. Damn it, Yuri! What do you mean unable to teleport? Actually, wait. Let me get this map. Lovely. Okie dokie. I really didn't expect half of the bloody zone to be a ship. Yeah, no one expects it. Right, where am I going? Over here. Destination. Urianger appears to be heading towards the entrance to Bestway Burrow. Oh no. He's acting sus. Wait, what? How is that ether current here? I mean, I'll take it. But why is there one inside? That's weird. Uh-huh. Right, beam me up, Scotty. No? Crap. Fine, fine. Take the bloody stairs. Do I get something from this? No, it's not the final quest of the zone yet. Urianger ventures off into Mare Lamentorum. For reasons unknown. You must tread carefully, else he might sense your presence. Oh, this is another sneaky one, isn't it? Uh-huh. Yeah, follow, don't get caught, blah blah blah. How am I supposed to not get caught when there's literally nothing for me to hide it behind? Seriously. Who's there? You're really making me go there. And sprint. Duty complete. Whoa.
Thine arrival is timely as ever. Thou didst chance to overhear my conversation with Livingway, I presume? 'Twas not mine intent to move in shadow. Nevertheless, I have been asked to do that and more yet again. Is it so plain that these strangers could intuit it at a glance? My capacity for silence and secrecy and duplicity? And Grahatir did contrive to deliver the first at the price of his own life. I was complicit in the scheme. A sacrifice averted for a mercy. Would that I could say the same for Menphilia. One life for one world. And by that bloody bargain, brokered by my hand, were the scions robbed of a dear comrade, and Flamine her beloved daughter. Two souls, whose selflessness was beyond measure, whose resolve was unshakable. They would not be moved even had I thought to protest. But protest I did not. Far from it. I pushed them forward. No effort did I make to seek out alternatives, ones that would not demand such terrible costs. That resignation weigheth heavy on my mind, as does the memory of another lost to mine inaction. Dearest Moonbringer, who did face death unflinching, that we might secure a means to bring low the Ascians. In her hour of need, I did naught. Dutiful disciple of Louisoix, ever looking to the greater good. Had I shut mine eyes and bid her live instead, mayhap she would be with us today. Selfish wants, born of everlasting regrets. Most days I put them from my mind, but could think of naught else when asked to swallow the same bitter draught. Subterfuge and sacrifice. Mayhap the right moral choice, but one I regard with great trepidation. The calamity of Amarot was a tragedy beyond reckoning, one which must never again come to pass. Thus must we struggle, haunted by ghosts of those we have lost, clinging to those we pray we can yet save. But what of those we cannot? How do we make peace with the dreadful algebra of necessity? Sage counsel indeed. I see. Wisdom as befits a great worm. Curious that he should think thee in need of such encouragement. Strange. Scarcely can I remember when last we spoke alone, and so candidly. I thank thee. For all my supposed skill with words, I find it difficult to express such private thoughts. As for the Loporrit's proposition, I will take time and consider how to respond. 'Twould be to our mutual benefit if we could converse more openly with our aspiring caretakers. A concern I should be glad to address on the Scion's behalf. To dispense with all pretense and bare one's heart to another is a frightening thing indeed. But we cannot move forward ere we take that bold first step. A lesson I have learned many times before. And today.
What are they saying? Curse these ears and her bugger all! No matter. We've got our plans.
We've got our plans. Okay, why are the rabbits now sus? In truth, my reason for travelling hither was to effect a plan of thine own. A plan which may pave a way forward for us all. May, I say, for there is no guarantee of success. 'Tis the reason I set out alone. That failure, should it come, would be mine to bear alone. Yet thou standest before me, an proffered hand and open heart. Yet thou standest before me with proffered hand and open heart. 'Twould be remiss of me to refuse thy amity, and so I ask, would thou join in mine endeavour? Alright. What's the plan, Yuri? Setting things straight. Urianger is quite glad for your company. I thank thee for accompanying me. 'Tis a simple plan, in truth. We shall not be long away from Bestway's burrow. Difficult decisions must needs be made in the coming days, but I nevertheless believe we're all of one mind in our desire to save the people of Epirus. Or Epirus. To make clear our resolve to the Loporrits, I would offer them a gift, but its making doth require a most singular ingredient. Alright. Can I go up to the Allegan thing? The hell? That's creepy. Did they eat one of those? An abundance of spongoi. Excellent. I chanced to spy this aggregation when crossing Zodiac's erstwhile prison. Using a spell taught me by the Nomau, I believe these shall suffice for the gift I would fashion. The magic requireth considerable concentration, however. Might I prevail upon thee to stand watch while I perform the incantation? Alright. Let me summon the chocobo real quick. It did eat it. Damn. Hostile presence, wandering Daphnia. Okay, so its true mouth is up there. I know his eyes, whether it sees or if it's just decorational. Ba-boom. Oh, Timo. Maybe the mouth is just up there and those eyes are real. That'd be very creepy if it was. Any more? Yes. There we go. Oh, stand and watch again. Surveying the nearby area, you see no signs of potential threats. This would be a good opportunity to see how Urianger is faring. Okie dokie. He remains fixated on his work. There, 'tis done. A magicked ink. Every on's as officious as that crafted by the Numau. Rare is the occasion I would conjure mine own, but it is nevertheless a most useful skill. The resulting product is admittedly possessed of no preternatural properties, but its hue is one of mine own choosing, which I pray the Loprits will appreciate. Marishner, Urianger, oh thank goodness, I thought you had been eaten or had perhaps fallen into a crater. Ishtola has been looking all over for you, Marishner. She says she needs to speak with you about something most urgent, dire even. She was also quite clear that she wishes to speak with Marishner alone. Which means I'm afraid you must stay behind, Urianger, but worry not. It just so happens that we need your help with an errand, delivering a packet from the Watcher's Palace to Best Ways Burrow. It's quite large and heavy, perhaps even too heavy for we poor Loprits, and we would be grateful if you could lend us a hand. That's convenient, especially convenient. Have an extra pair of hands before I go and meet with Shola. Well, I suppose I should be going then. It's sus. How would I help? No, that won't be necessary. Urianger's help should more than suffice. And I'm sure you don't want to risk getting on Ishtola's bad side by keeping her waiting. She seems prickly. Now, off with you. Worry not, I shan't be long. Oh no. I don't trust this. I don't trust this. So are those the only quests I can pick up? Yeah, just those two. I guess I have to continue with the MSQ for more side quests to appear. Alright, where is she? Growing way. Okay. I think all is alright for Urianger then, that's a relief. Oh, but back so soon? Oh, Marishner, we thought you would be away for far longer. A dire emergency? I said no such thing. But as you are here, I could use your assistance with one small matter. Running Way, a companion of Growing Ways, apparently has much to tell us of the final days. The problem is, however, that he is determined to live up to his name, refusing to stay still long enough to hold a conversation. Is there anywhere he's likely to stop and rest, or perhaps there's a way to slow him down? What's the rush? I was thinking we should wait here and maybe enjoy a cold mug of carrot juice and... No, sigh. Well, if it's really that important, you could try using these balls of moose flesh. Not to be confused with the other thing. Ahem. Winning ways of a notable feature is his incessant chatter, so you should have no trouble finding him in the crowd. And when you do, try lobbing your balls at him. Crude, but it proves effective. He was here at Greatest Endsvale when I last saw him. Let us split up and find him. This is a trap. Search your surroundings to the running way. You may move the camera as well as zoom in and out. Target, run away, and throw moose balls at him. Alright. Okay. Don't hit the unassuming loprits. Alright, on to the next one. Ow, that's smart. If this was meant to be a joke, it's not funny. Well, that was quick. If I did hit the right one. Yes, I'm running away. Do you mind explaining why you hit me in the face with your balls of moose flesh? I'm highly knowledgeable about the final days. Ha! That's the most ridiculous thing I've heard since I woke up. Who told you that joke? As if we got time to look into the final days when it's so much to do before the Great Voyage. It's true that Highland did impart to us some knowledge of the event, but I know about as much as any other loprid around here, less probably. I don't know why anyone would think it's funny to go around telling people I'm an expert, but they'd better hope I don't get my paws on them. Sorry I couldn't be of more help, but if there's nothing else, I've got work to do. And I'm off! I wish we had a Stinny in here. Oh no, you caught him. I mean, well done you. And look, I tried near the entrance, but there was no sign of him. I couldn't find hide nor hair of him. How did you fare? I found him, but he didn't know. So this fucker's lying. So he knows no more than the others. Care to explain yourself, growing way? Well, you see, I misremembered. Yes, that's it, I misremembered. Terribly sorry about that. I'm afraid I'm drawing a blank, though. Try as I might, I can't remember who I was thinking of. On an unrelated note, what of Urianger? I assume you spoke with him earlier, but did he say when he'll be returning? On his way to watch his palace with Livingway? Between growing ways and lapse of memory and our lack of other leads, maybe our time would be better spent lending Urianger a hand. What? Now hold on a moment. It's all going back to me. Yes, I remember. The information you're looking for is in the archives. Yes, that's where you'll find all sorts of useful knowledge, including that pertaining to the final days. I don't believe that for a second. And yet we're still doing this bloody farce. Heart of the matter. That's the final quest of the zone. Yep, there's 1, there's 2, there's 3, there's 4, and there's the 5th and final one. Alright, so I need to unlock Flying on the Moon and in Garlemald in my off time. Lovely. If some scheme was afoot, surely Urianger would be the first to see through it. Then again, he does tend to give others the benefit of the doubt. Unless he's in on it. I am beginning to grow tired of these games. Same. Let's see, that will give me enough to level up to 86. Heart of the matter. Growing way is fidgeting with nervous energy, but is it from excitement or worry? Oh, what to do. I promised Livingway I would help, but... Spill the beans. No, I promised I'd help, so that's what I'll do. The archives are on the second floor of the main plaza, the eastern wing. Follow me. I just realized it's 40 minutes in recording. I suspect the Loprits are up to something, but if there is aught to be learned from the final days, I think it's best we play along, for now at least. Why don't you two go and I go see Urianger? No? Okay. Okie dokie. Ay, ay, ay. I wish I knew how the teleporters worked. Yeah. The moon sail. Is that going to be a dungeon? That might be the case. Alright, teleporter. Teleport me up. Please. How do I use the... Fine, I'll walk there. Ay, 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 ay. Note to self, if this video goes on for a lot longer than I think it is, then... yeah, I've forgot to do a little split in the recording. Let's see, up. And up. And here. At least I think it's here. Don't say it's down below. I wonder if I've clicked on the wrong teleporters. God, I wonder. Righty, still there. Whatever knowledge do you suppose we could glean from their archives? The architecture of this place is impressive, though more than a little confusing to navigate. Is it too much to ask for clearly marked exits or a map, perhaps? Alright, sup, growing way. What bullshit are you going to tell me this time? The archives are right through this door, but it seems to be locked. I guess we'll have to go and find whoever has the key. Growing way, enough. If you have naught to tell us, if you have naught else to tell us of the final days, you need only say so. We can ill afford to be wasting time here, as you well know. Did you yourself not tell us we must act quickly? Yes, we did, but the moon was to be a perfect paradise for the people of a virus. And we're running out of time to make everything ready for their arrival. We'd hoped that you'd see the wonders we'd have to offer, but you found nothing but faults and flaws in our work. Only one of you saw our potential, so you others must be kept here. So that's Living Way's game. Run us around in circles, and failing that, lock us away so we can't put the planet at risk. Everyone except Urianger. He understands what is at stake and what must be done. I fear you misjudged us, Growing Way. Never have we decried the notion of using the moon as a means of escape. That said, my heart breaks at the thought of abandoning a virus and her reflections to their doom. If there was a way to avert the final days, I wish to find it. We all do. We may fail, but our efforts would never be at the expense of your plans. Why would you take that risk? There's no room for ifs and maybes now. The people of a virus will escape here to the moon. They'll be safe. And we'll finally get to see all the happy smiling faces. I'm sorry, but we can't let you leave. We just can't. You're attacking me? Do what you must, but try not to hurt them. I'll be back in a moment. Don't do anything rash while I'm gone. Am I about to yeet the bunnies? If we dally, they'll overwhelm us with sheer numbers. I say we knock these ones out, split up, and make our way to the exit. Agree, let us reconvene where Argus await outside. Oh, do I have to attack the bunnies? Oh, fine. I finally get to use this. Carrot and Ruin. Fire and Moonstone. Ah, oh, that hurt. We need reinforcements. Blah. We can't lose. You're in for it now. We're not done yet. What were you guys expecting? Am I done now? Oh, growing way. No. Well. Not much I can do. Just take you out. We have to save them. Well, not by force. Ay, ay, ay. Alright, so I can either go there, then go there, or I can just keep going this way. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. I really should have got a riding map off screen. Yeah. Yeah, well. Alright, Fankred. There you are. Didn't rough them up too badly, did you? Red August Cross Chasm. Good, you're here. We must hurry to the Watcher's Palace and find Urianger. You know I could just teleport to the ether right there, right? Right?
And what, pray tell, do we seek at the Watcher's Palace?
Oh, come off it, friend. You know full well why we're here. The time has come for you to return to Etheris and help your brethren prepare for their journey here and beyond.
Forgive me, Living Way, but I cannot in good conscience proceed with this plan.
Huh? But what about the final days? The death and the doom? Oh, we have to hurry before it's too late.
Your unflagging commitment to your duty is endearing, to say the least.
Oh, bugger!
Be at ease. They bear you no grudge, nor do I. How could we, having come to understand your purpose? For millennia, you and yours worked tirelessly towards the singular purpose of this heavenly vessel's construction. An arduous feat by any measure. 'Tis clear you have spared no effort. Why, your very names are a testament to your dedication.
Our names? I'm not sure I understand what you're getting at.
Names are an expression of the self, a declaration of one's hopes and aspirations. Your use of contemporary, uncomplicated nomenclature doth ensure clarity of purpose. There can be no doubt that your love for the people of Etheris is boundless and pure.
Yes! A most mellifluous phrasing! We Loporrits were born of Hydaelyn's love for matters. For as long as I can remember, I've toiled in anticipation of the day when this vessel might be needed. All I've ever wanted was to meet those she cherished so dearly. To serve and serve well. That goes for all of us. Don't you see? So help us. Help us help them. Lead them here where we can keep them safe. If there's anything wrong with what we've built, we'll fix it. We'll make it right.
Your works want not for repair. Yet there remaineth much for you to learn of men, and your own kin besides. Singing Way, thy name bespeaketh more than the simple marriage of rhythm and rhyme. The songs of Etheris are beyond counting, and span the length and breadth of emotion. Maps are monuments to man's pioneering spirit, and his devotion to charting the furthest reaches of our star. Many have devoted their lifetimes to exploratory pursuits, to venture unto the highest mountains and the deepest oceans in search of unknown frontiers. And thou, my friend, I do not think we've met.
My name is Puddingway.
Puddingway? Yes, indeed. A name of deep and abiding significance, I'm sure, but one perhaps better communicated through delicious deeds than tasteless words. A judicious application of fey magics at a later juncture may be appropriate. And Living Way. 'Tis no easy feat to convey the significance of thy moniker. When I was a bookish boy, a dear friend of mine was fond of peppering me with questions as I read, to my occasional annoyance. One day, I posed to her a question of mine own. What doth it mean to live? After much contemplation, she proffered this answer. The anticipation of a half-read story's conclusion. The hope today's mistake may serve as tomorrow's lesson. The wish that a new acquaintance may one day call thee friend. She believed it to be all these moments and more.
I want to understand, but...
I, too, still labour to find mine own answer. 'Twould be my pleasure to assist you and yours in embarking on a journey of self-discovery and enlightenment. For thee. Ink as blue as the waters of Etheris. Made in haste, though I assure thee, the quality has not suffered for it. The people need not be persuaded by honeyed words. Nay, I have faith they shall do what is right in due course. Until they do, I beg your patience, friends. And with that ink, let us fill the empty pages of Living Way's compendium. An open exchange of ideas will surely afford you all a better understanding of modern man, and with it, ideas for improvements and renovations. But more importantly, it shall empower us to together find a way forward.
I hope you're right. Thank you for this lovely gift.
There you have it. I shall remain with the Loporrits to ensure that all is in order. Though we must needs prepare for every eventuality, you would all agree that the evacuation of our star is a last resort. To accept failure is to accept the demise not only of our star, but that of Reen's, of all reflections, and the souls that call them home. Which is why I have every faith that you shall fight to the last, that such drastic measures may prove unnecessary.
Should the worst come to the worst, and I pray deeply that it won't, I'll take comfort in knowing preparations were made under your watchful eye.
Aye, thou mayest be assured that if calamity cometh, not a soul will be left behind, if being the operative term.
To interrupt, but I feel like I need to make amends for all the secrecy.
Think nothing of it. We haven't been the most gracious of guests. Do convey our apologies to Growingway and the others.
But of course! And when next we welcome more guests from Aetheris, we'll have learned to be much more hospitable hosts. Oh, and circling back to the matter of inappropriate secrecy, we ought to discuss our benefactors.
Agreed. The Charlayan Forum, yes?
What? How did you know?
The more I heard, the more obvious it became. The Forum's aims align closely with those of your anonymous patrons. A telling coincidence would be an understatement. Though had we not taken it upon ourselves to peruse certain restricted tones in Labyrinthos, we might still be unaware of their plans. But let us continue this discussion upon our return. I dare say we have kept Alphino and the others waiting long enough.
Huh. So there's the forum. I chanced to spy you crossing the chasm, and I feared something was amiss. But all is well, and more importantly, I have been given the opportunity to behold a wonderful sight. Keep the Elpis close, and its light will be your guide. The declarations of hopes and aspirations. I hadn't thought of it that way before. The Loporrits may be in good hands now, but that doesn't change the fact that their plan is a last resort I'd rather not employ. Let's see if it doesn't come to that, for the first and all the other reflections. I mean, I'm sure Grohot here could use the Crystal Palace to summon Reen to the source. It worked for me. The Loporrits think so highly of the people of Aetheris, yet it seems this evacuation plan is the only way they know how to express their adoration. If we had been more clear in our intentions from the start, mayhap we could have avoided this wrinkle. Something to keep in mind in future. Alright. Puddingway. It's making me hungry. Nice to meet you. Name's Puddingway. Sorry again for all the trouble. We promise we'll do better. Honest. Singingway. The others will be so happy to hear Urianger is going to stay and teach us all about Aetheris. We'll have to be careful not to get too distracted by his lessons. There's still maintenance to carry out after all. Well, that was all rather embarrassing, wasn't it? At least we're on the same page now, people and Ephirus. We'll save both, or at least give it a good try. Make sure everyone listens to Urianger, would you? Tell Growing Way I look forward to our next walk together. Aww. I have to. I will. I'm sure he'll be glad to hear it. Yeah, tell him sorry for all of the stabs with the lance. Now, there's little I can do to help stop the final days, but should you need to know of star traversal, look no further. Such knowledge I can offer in abundance, so do not hesitate if you find yourself wanting. Lovely. Right, final turn in, and then I guess I end the video. 'Twas a relief to see Living Way was pleased with my gift of ink, to serve and serve well, though their knowledge may be lacking, their boundless love is a blessing without peer. Yeah, I mixed up words there. It will be no easy task to prepare them for what must needs be done, but gladly do I embrace this duty, even if it doth necessitate that we part ways for a time. Forgive me my absence, but I have the utmost faith in you, in all our fellow scions. When I next return to Ephirus, I pray I find you all in good health and good spirits. Bob-omb. Heaven's Thrust. Chaotic Spring. That's mastery. Oh. Oh. Okay. I got 2 new spells, or 2 spell upgrades. I need not remind you of the dangers we face, nor the countless lives at stake, both in the source and its reflections. Go with courage, my friend, and pray give the others my regards. Alright. Returning home. So we're just leaving Urianger on the moon. Okay. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. So, I think I'm going to end things here. Uh-huh. So, this has been DragonofEternity going through more Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker MSQ. In this video, I got to the end of the storyline on the moon. Or at least the current storyline. So the Loprits have come to an understanding. Urianger is going to help them make things better for humans and all of the races on Ephirus. I got a different colour on the flower. And I guess now I need to return to tell the others that, hey, the final days is on its way. Let's tell the forum that we know about their plans to help the moon bunnies. And we'll go from there. So, yeah. Got a lot to do next time. Got a lot to do. So that planned out view is my rambling hopefully now finally done. Until next time.